your new home for podcasts and original music.
The Sagniv One Radio Network.
Nick Saban does not play anybody less than his. He doesn't put anybody less on the field than his very best players.
Bama does what Bama do. Sorry, I heard a noise. My bad. Somebody just left it on. Left it on my step.
That Colorado defense is definitely underrated, but they ended up pulling it out late. They have one of the players to watch for, Isaiah Spiller.
Oh, it's better. It's better now. Trust me. Like back in the day, there was at least one murder. So, I mean, it's better now.
You realize that you're not doing anything to press your case by getting me to go down there. No, man, come on down there. It was only one murder. Yeah, they're only averaging one murder a year.
And shout out to Florida. They're playing them this Saturday. Number 11 ranked Florida playing number 1 Alabama. So I think that's going to be a high scoring game. And
wow. Well played, Collin. Well played. I did not see that was coming. you get a double finger point, one for me and one for Sean. You need to get you.
Here we go. Get your popcorn ready.
So what's the big thing?
Hey, gang. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? It is Wednesday, February 2nd, 2022. Thank you for joining us for the season premiere of Season 2, Episode 1 of This Week in SEC Football. I am Mr. Fingaz from Sagniv Central. That fella right there, you know him, you love him. The brother from another mother, the coiner of the phrase that pays. Bama does what Bama do. Collin P.
Bama does what Bama do, but they didn't do it this time.
not this time, buddy. Not this time. You see, I got on the custom gear right here. You can get this shirt right here. It says we did what they couldn't, and you can get that at that website right there. 2022 UGA did it. Yes, sir. Go right there and get you one. Mine I customized. It's got Mr. Fingaz, the OKC dog on it with This Week in SEC Football. As always, we would like to thank, before we go another further, our sponsor who keeps the lights on here. That is That is DJG Enterprises and GreekGans.com, specializing in your custom sports gear. They do specialize in Greek gear, but they can make you custom sports gear, whether it's insulated tumblers or those beautiful Afghans you see right there. They got you covered. Go see them. Thank you for being a sponsor of This Week in SEC Football. Ladies and gentlemen, before we go another further, please take an opportunity. If you're watching, doesn't matter what platform you're on, whether it's Facebook or YouTube, click the like button, click the subscribe button. That will get you all the notifications. How about hop on in the chat, say hello to us. If you agree with something we said, leave us a comment. If you just want to clown us because we said something you don't agree with, leave us something in the comments. Either way, let us know you're out there and you're watching. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Oh, man. Collin, you ready to get into this, brother?
Absolutely not. First, I want to start. Your shirt you got on is money. I thank you for sending me the one you got for me. I got the same thing on the front, but it's brother from another, Collin P on the back of it. It's perfect, man. I love it.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. We can go ahead and show on the back if people can see it. Figure out how to turn so they can see that right there.
There you go.
There it is. That's about the best you're going to get. But yes, visit tinyurl.com /2022 UGA did it. Oh, man. Crazy week this week, bro. Crazy week this week.
No doubt.
A lot of stuff going on. Not so much college football action itself. There is no more college football. I think the Senior Bowl is coming up soon, but we got a little ways to go with that. But NFL football, and if you're wondering what NFL football has to do with SEC football, then you've been living under a rock for the last few weeks. I think for the first time in ever, we have a Super Bowl that features 2 SEC quarterbacks, starting quarterbacks on both squads. Of course, you all know Joe Burrow from LSU. You know Matt Stafford. Dude, I didn't know there were this many people in the Super Bowl from the SEC. It's not just, it's not just did I make the thing? Where is it? Oh, I didn't make it. I thought I had a video for Matt Stafford. And then I said, well, I can't do Matt Stafford without doing the other 26 guys. And then I stopped.
Yeah,
yeah.
I was surprised you mentioned that number. I was like, good Lord, there's a lot of them. But I tell you what,
Yeah,
man, this talent going on with that. I mean, this is kind of making me a believer that Georgia curse might be finally gone. You know what I mean? If Stafford had, his first year, coming from the Lions,
we just needed him to get away from. Maybe we just needed him to get out of Detroit. But this is what we got going on, and a lot of these guys, bear in mind, are practice squad guys, second, third string guys. So if you haven't heard of them, hell, neither have we. But you got Joe Burrow at Cincinnati. You got Joe Burrow. You got Brandon Allen from Arkansas. Travion Williams from Texas A&M. Jamar Chase. We all know he's an LSU guy. C.J. Uzma from Auburn. Trey Hill from Georgia. Fred Johnson from Florida. Jonah Williams from Alabama. Tyler Shelvin also from LSU. Defensive tackle Damian Square from Alabama. Cornerback Vernon Hargreaves III from Florida. Mike. That boy got a bunch of moxie, and I don't give too much props for a lot of good things coming out of that Gators program. But Evan McPherson is the truth.
Oh yeah,
my man said, "Hey, hold my towel real quick while we go ahead and kick us on to the conference championships."
Yeah.
I'll be back. We're going to the championship, and then he turned around and did it again last week. Stone cold, icy. I guess you got to have ice in your veins after you play for Dan Mullen. Did I say that out loud? I said that out loud. I said I was going to behave. I really said I was going to behave about that. And, Dan Mullen is got their check-in, bro, because they got their milk carton. On the Los Angeles Rams side, they got Odell Beckham Jr., of course, who doesn't know OBJ, Kendall Blanton from Missouri, Bobby Brown III from Texas A&M, Blake Countess from Auburn, Leonard Floyd from Georgia, Van Jefferson from Florida, Ernest Jones from South Carolina, Terrell Lewis from Alabama, Sony Michel, we all know Sony.
Yeah.
Sony might get himself a second ring. Von Miller from Texas A&M, Brandon Powell from Florida, Ashawn Robinson from Alabama, Andrew Whitworth from LSU, and of course, the original Matty Ice, Matt Stafford from Georgia. So there you have it. Those are your SEC players. And honestly, man, the way this is looking, I'm not mad if either one of them gets in or either one of them wins.
No.
Oh, the missus is watching. Hey, sweetheart, how you doing? The missus is watching the show. You can tell her, hey.
Oh, now I can tell her, hey.
Colin tried to say hey to you earlier. Mrs. was bringing me some soup, and I was like, we get ready to go live. She said, you can't eat it while you're live. I said, yeah, I'll get some. She said, are you going to eat it now or are you going to eat it after? Oh, my bad. I'll eat it after the show. Thank you, baby. And he tried to say hey to you when you were on the way out. But
well, I say hey now.
Anyway, sidebar. I'm not mad at all. Whoever wins, I'm not mad.
I mean, I'm kind of biased. I mean, I want Stafford to get it. I mean, honestly, I do. I want Stafford to get his. It's his time. He's spent 13 seasons in the NFL, man, on the same team. That. I mean, let's be honest. It's not like they had no talent. I mean, like they've had, they had Megatron. They had a lot of people that were there, but just could never seem to get anything together to make it that far. And they're what is it? The laughing stock of what is it? Christmas or Thanksgiving? They haven't won a game on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Detroit. But I'm not.
Yeah, it's hard to.
But I'm just saying, I'd like to see Stafford get him, get his ring.
Yeah, absolutely. Me too, brother. Me too. And the funny thing about it is the Detroit fan. Here's the well, it's not funny. I'm actually kind of touched by it because normally when you have a player leaves your squad and does well someplace else, people tend to hate on it. Detroit has embraced it. Detroit has those blue and gold shirts out now. The Detroit Rams. Everybody. Well, I mean, think about what he did for the franchise. He and Megatron and a couple other guys were a bright spot on that team for all of, and he became as synonymous with Detroit as the Ford Motor Company, as Eminem, as Isaiah Thomas and the Bad Boys with the Pistons. Like he became just as synonymous with Michigan as everything else. And now, he's gone on and he's doing the doggone thing. And Detroit has said, hey, man, we're with you. So I would love to see him get one. Plus that, I mean, I told you he's a giant killer. He knocked off Bama. He was the last quarterback to knock off Bama before the mailman. And correct me if I'm wrong. He beat this guy. He beat this one guy, and he beat him so bad he made him retire. I forget what his name is. Something Slady, Grady, Shady Grady, something like that.
Yeah.
I kid. Tom Brady is one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever lace him up. But I mean, giant killer. And right now, there's no bigger giant left standing in the NFL than Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals. So, he's got to chop down one more tree to hoist that Lombardi. And I hope he's able to do it.
Yeah, I am too, man. I
sincerely hope he's able to do it. So, so best of luck to all players involved in the Super Bowl. But where Collin and where our loyalty lies.
We're not very good at hiding.
Somewhere up in northwest Georgia, just about 45 minutes shy of Atlanta, where these guys play between these sets of bushes they call hedges in Sanford Stadium every Saturday. So we love our boy. Hey, Matt Stafford, damn good dog. Go get the thing done.
Absolutely.
So we're gonna keep this thing moving. Having said that, we're gonna keep this thing moving along here. I didn't. There we go. She says she's good. She's enjoying her yummy soup, and she misses you too. So, having said that, let's see. Moving on to our next topic. More transfer portal news going on right now. It's just been. There we go. Let me hide that. There we go. More transfer portal news going on right now. Transfer portal's been on fire ever since. It started when they announced the CFP, the top four in the CFP, and we saw guys just start to we saw the seniors shutting it down that were playing that didn't get in the top four that they were going to declare for the draft, and we saw a lot of guys hitting the transfer portal. We're a little bit behind the power curve because we haven't been on a couple of weeks, but most notably for us, we lost Burton last week, Jermaine Burton, and he's gone to Alabama, man. And what can I say?
I mean, not much really. I mean, like, he did what he had to do, I guess. But I don't know. He kind of got the tongue lashing from Marco from
Hardeman.
Hardeman. But
what are you gonna do though? What are you gonna do though when Stetson Bennett said he was coming back? And the story's always been, well, mailman doesn't have an arm. Georgia's whole offensive plan of attack is very rely on the run to set up the pass.
Yeah, it has been.
So, not a lot of that. I mean, he can make some downfield throws. We've seen that, but we didn't, not much of an air attack. Georgia has not been putting up gaudy numbers at the quarterback position since Kirby's been here. But it is what it is. So, wishing the best of luck. Stuck around because I saw the schedule. I think we're gonna run it. I think we're gonna run the table again, but that's just my 2 cents. But notable guys at the skill positions, you got Javon Baker left Alabama going to Kentucky. You got Jaleel Billingsley, tight end from Alabama. He transferred over to Texas. I mean, I'm just looking for some of these notable names on here.
Well, Big O.
I'm not saying
back, right. Big O, number 0 came back, right? He didn't leave.
Darnell Washington.
Yeah.
Yeah, he decided to stick around, which I'm glad for because that gives us a little tandem at tight end. Him and Brock Bauer.
Exactly. That's dirty. Man, that's dirty.
We got a running back, Lavassier Carroll. He transferred to South Carolina. I think that's because they're probably going to build the running attack behind Kendall Mitchell.
I think you're right.
And but Kendall Milton and the kid Robinson that's coming in, the guy that looks like a grown man.
Yeah.
Like he's built. That kid looks like he is built.
Mhm.
Let's see.
But we have no idea where JT's going, right? Now we know JT's gone. He's in the
Yeah,
portal.
JT has transferred out. We don't know where he's going yet. We're hearing rumors of West Virginia. And at the quarterback position, we got JT's out. Um, we got Deuce Hogan transferring in from Iowa to Kentucky. Max Johnson left LSU, went to Texas A&M because oh God, the boy at Texas A&M, Calzada transferred out. We got Jack Miller coming from Ohio State to Florida. That one's understandable. And I tell you why. CJ Stroud was a true freshman last year. He's not going anywhere. He's got at least 2 more years. He's a true freshman. He's got 2 more years before he can declare for the draft, and he's still got 3 years of eligibility left. So he's not going anywhere. So Ohio State, he's not getting any play. So Jack Miller's transferring to Florida, where Antoine Robinson tried to transfer out, and everybody that looked at his stats took a look at his stats and said, "Nah, we'll pass." So he wound up having to pull. He wound up having to pull out. He wound up having to pull out of the transfer portal. So now he's back at Florida. Bo Nix transferred from Auburn to Oregon. What do you think? What do you think that's going to do for Oregon, man?
I don't know, man. I mean, I really don't know. We've thought about this, previous episodes or previous casts here, and it just all depends on the offensive line. In my eyes, you know what I'm saying? It just depends on if they give him the time that he needs to make his reads, that kind of stuff, and and how he reacts to that, having that kind of time if they were able to give it to him. But I mean, my I don't say concern, my question is, will he still be the same Bo Nix we see that has the happy feet and just pocket collapses or gets close to collapsing and he's gone? Which, I mean, he may have a better showing and probably better stats and better numbers, there. But it remains to be seen. So.
Yeah. The Oregon that we've seen, then there was Utah, and all of a sudden, there was no more Oregon in the playoff. We weren't talking Oregon in the playoffs anymore.
No.
I don't know. Wish him the best of luck. I don't know. I think he probably could have done better staying where he was. Maybe he thought that he could do better someplace else. I've heard rumors. And some unsubstantiated stories that Coach Harsin is difficult to work with and would problems retaining coaching staff. About Spencer Rattler leaving Oklahoma, and he's transferring he'll be playing in Columbia with Shane Beamer.
There you go.
Let's see who else. Navy Schuler transferring into Tennessee. Keaton Slovis. Oh no, he's not at SEC. I saw USC and I thought that was Paul Tyson transferring from Alabama. There's a couple quarterbacks here I see transferring from Alabama. That's also understandable. Those guys aren't going to get any play with Bryce Young under center. That's just not happening. And then Caleb Williams. Yeah. Did you see the circus?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I saw the circus.
I mean, let's be real. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, those of you watching right now, come in real close. I got a question to ask you. Are you listening? Were any of you surprised? I know I wasn't. I knew his guru, the guy that recruited him, the guy that took a chance on him in the middle of the season in the biggest, most pivotal game of their entire season, left and went to California. If you had to go to any program outside of the Blue Bloods or the S, you had to go to any program go. Ohio State. Ohio State's already locked and loaded at quarterback. Michigan, I don't know I'm not sure what they got going on their quarterback this year, but Michigan's another big time program. Right. Texas could go to Texas, but then you're leaving to go play for your rival. So what does that leave? Notre Dame. Brian Kelly just left Notre Dame, and
he took off. Yep.
And their quarterback's pretty good. I mean, he's not no slouch, so he's not getting in there. You follow your coach to California.
Exactly. It's kind of like having a job. Like you need another job, and you're unhappy with your job. You find a previous manager. You're like, all right, man, help me up, give me a job.
Oh, word, man, you working over here now? All right. Hey, I'm gonna come fill out an application. Let me holler at you real quick.
Exactly.
I don't see a lot of other notable names here leaving the SEC or coming into SEC teams. I mean, at the skill positions. I will say I do see one. I take that back. Mario Williams at Oklahoma. He was one of.
Yeah, I forgot about him.
He was one of Caleb's big targets, and he's gone. He left to go. Oh wow! Give you 3 guesses where he went. He followed his quarterback to USC.
Oh jeez.
Got a wide receiver, Antoine Wells coming. Then we had a tight end out of Oklahoma headed over to South Carolina. So there's a little Oklahoma, South Carolina link up there. Maybe he and Spencer will be doing some damage together. Those are your notables, man.
It's gonna be interesting to see those players be in the different uniform and see how they perform. You know what I mean? It'll be definitely a show, I think.
Yeah, you know what? Here's the thing. Did you see I'm sure you saw all the chatter about the transfer portal and what that would do to the legacy and what happened. And I think we'll be just fine.
Oh yeah, I think so.
I honestly think we'll be just fine. Oh, here's another notable incoming. The kicker from Notre Dame, Jay Bramblett, he followed his coach to LSU. He followed Brian Kelly to LSU. Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, what having a good kicker can do for you, just ask the Bengals.
Oh yeah.
So
hey.
So that's we'll be fine though. And you see, the only reason that you're hearing all the chatter now is because Georgia won the national championship.
Right.
If we'd gone 6-6 in the regular season, missed the playoffs, and were playing in the Bug Tussle Bowl, and a couple of players decided they wanted to transfer out, we wouldn't. Well, actually, the fans would bat an eye at it. Either way, they'd be saying Kirby doesn't know how to coach talent, and he's running them all off. But
oh yeah, exactly. But that's notable. I don't know if you saw this, but Stetson's brother is walking on to Georgia. Did you see that?
I did see that. And of course, that sparked the debate. Is that why he stayed? Like, we're going to wind up losing players because Stetson decided to stick around to play with his little brother. Who knows? You know what? I'm not mad at him, though. If you know,
he's a receiver. He's a receiver. I think he's a tight end, but he's tight end receiver. I know he's a receiver. That's what position he plays. But I mean, the first comment I saw on the Georgia board was like, "You better not be a quarterback." I was like, "Good Lord, the kid ain't even hadn't even made a team yet, and you already on him just because his name is, Bennett." Good grief.
Right. Well, I'm honestly not mad at Bennett. There was, discussion was had on another podcast. I think it was one of the Let's Talk Family podcasts. The kid knows that. I mean, Stetson is pretty much draft wise where Jake Fromm is. You know what I mean?
Yep, absolutely.
He's not a world beater. He's not flashy. He doesn't have the strongest arm. He has a tendency to sometimes try and do a little too much.
Exactly.
So he's going to wind up being a 3rd round draft pick if he goes. If he went this year.
Yeah.
I agree with you. And you have a year of eligibility left. You just won a national championship. Why not? And you have an opportunity to go back and play one more time. Why not?
Exactly. I wasn't
now I get it. Now, for those of you that are fans that are not liking the decision, I get it. You want to see us win. You don't feel like he gives us a chance to win, but he did it once. It's not impossible for him to do it again.
Right.
I mean, heck, Buck Bellew almost took us back to the top of the mountain again. But we lost to Penn State. So that's that with the transfer portal. But we're going to keep this thing moving on. Those of you just joining us, welcome to This Week in SEC Football. I'm Mr. Fingaz. You know what? I'm gonna call an audible. I'm gonna go with the next story. Joe Burrow was at Ohio State. For those that don't know the whole backstory, Joe Burrow was originally at Ohio State. He's from Ohio, and he was kind of low on the depth chart. And Ryan Day decided that Haskins was a better quarterback, so Haskins would be the starter.
Yeah,
Haskins had transferred in. So the transfer guy got picked to be the starter over Burrow. Burrow transferred to LSU. Coach O liked what he saw, made the kid the starter. Had a rough first year. Made up for it, though. Y'all remember what happened. He definitely made up for it the following year.
yeah.
Won a national championship. Won the Heisman Trophy. Picked up by the
right
Bengals.
over us. I think that road
Would
right
have
over
been,
us.
yeah, would have been Rookie of the Year were it not for the fact that his leg was hurt. Now,
Right.
when he won the national championship, when he got drafted by Cincinnati, when he got hurt, I heard not one person that was Ohio State fan say, "Well, that's our boy. He's Ohio State built."
Yeah.
This whole season,
right?
This whole
exactly.
season, I heard nothing about that's our boy. Is Ohio State built? I heard nothing when he got sacked 9 times and got up 10 and went back to beat the Titans, who were the number 1 seed in the AFC. I did not hear. That's our boy. Hashtag Ohio State built. But this past Sunday, Joe Burrow beat Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs in Arrowhead Stadium in overtime.
I was gonna say, even with the loss of the coin toss.
Even with the loss of the coin toss, but I guess you just pick heads because they picked heads, and even though they came up tails, they still got a chance to get the ball back. So is it like Wesley Snipes that always bet on black? I guess always pick heads.
But I mean,
So,
that goes to the. I don't like that rule anyway. I don't like the overtime rule, but I mean, it is what it is, and but it just shows if you have a defense, it really don't matter. You know what I'm saying? If your defense shows up, it don't really matter who gets the ball first.
Right.
Right.
Right. Say that again for the people in the back, preacher.
Exactly.
If you got a defense, it doesn't matter. If you play defense. But they won the AFC Championship, and now they're going to the Super Bowl. And before they were presenting the AFC Championship trophy, all of a sudden it started trending. Hashtag Ohio State built. Hashtag Ohio State built. Hashtag Ohio State built. That's our boy. That's our Ohio homeboy.
Everybody loves a winner.
Yeah, everybody loves a winner. They even gave him a nickname, Joe, like Birdman.
Oh my goodness. Like Cardi B.
So here's what Joey B. Skirt. Here's what Joey B, as our dear Katie Alverson of Let's Talk Football, the Ladies Takeover. You can see them on Thursday nights at 6:30 p.m. on YouTube and Facebook. Awesome show. I recommend you check them out. Here's what young man Joe had to say about all of that. And he didn't miss no words either. He said, "It's not where you start, it's where you finish. I'll always be an LSU Tiger. I don't know why Ohio State fans try to claim me."
All you can do is laugh at that. That's hilarious.
I mean, what can you do? Like, you know what I mean? Okay, now that won't hide. There we go. And we're back. I don't know why the computer's being silly tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Don't pay us any mind. Pay us some mind, please, by all means. But we get through it. We get through it. And so yeah, Joe B said, nah, fam. Y'all didn't roll with me like y'all wasn't rolling me with like that when my leg was broke.
That's right.
I wasn't getting no thoughts and prayers from Buckeye Nation when my leg was broke, when they thought I might not play no more. Now y'all want to roll?
Now you want to
Be gone, thought.
Right. Absolutely. And see, I
Oh
didn't.
man,
I felt stupid because I didn't even realize that's what happened. I mean, I didn't realize that's where Burr came from. I didn't realize he actually played for Ohio State. That's how much I pay attention. But yeah. So
well, you didn't know he played for
that made
Ohio
even
State.
less sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Seeing that, and made more or less it made less sense to me to see that hashtag. You know, all that kind of stuff. Like, oh, I had to do a little bit of research. It's like, okay, and that's where it's coming from. All right. Still didn't make any sense, but I got it.
Yeah, well, I tell you why you didn't see him play for Ohio State, because the coach didn't put him on the field except for garbage time. That, and me and you not being Ohio State fans, like, we knew who Stetson Bennett was before everybody else did, because in I think it was Jake's senior year, before he went to the draft, when he came back to try and run it back, Stetson Bennett would go in and play garbage time in the third quarter and the fourth quarter.
Absolutely.
And he looked pretty decent. Now,
Yeah.
we were excited about him then, but he was playing in garbage time, and he was playing against a team that we were beating the snot out of. So, you know, he looked good, but we knew who Stetson Bennett was. You know, we knew about Vandergriff. We knew about those boys. Like, we know those guys. You don't know them because they're further down the depth chart. So we didn't know who he was. But he made his presence known, though. Oh, that's right.
He's got the attitude too, man. He's got the attitude.
That's right. He did.
You know?
Yeah, he did run over us because I had to wear that god awful LSU shirt with the phony tuxedo shirt. Oh man. Yeah. So we gonna keep this thing.
I was hoping in vain. I was like, we got a shot. And I was like, oh no. It was very apparent that game we were going to lose. Very early in that game, we were going to lose that game.
Yeah, and that was just, and they looked dominant against us because we just weren't on our best. Because didn't they beat us during the regular season, and then we played them in the SEC championship and they just beat us worse? Like, didn't you hear me the first time? Yes, that was what happened. Yeah, that was the.
And Burrow proceeded to just shred our defense. I mean, like, he was just a ball out, shredding it right down the middle.
Then we wound up being ranked 6th, so we didn't make the playoffs, and we wound up playing the Peach Bowl against Texas. And then Sam Ehlinger made this whole statement about being back, which was rather prophetic because they're still not back yet, but we ain't gonna talk about that. But we're gonna keep this thing moving on along here, ladies and gentlemen. Our next segment brought to you by the good folks at 1906 Tees, also specializing in custom sports gear. They do make Greek gear. I will say this. They do make Greek gear. If you're in a Greek letter organization and you want some Greek gear, they can square you up there too. But they're also completely down for making you some custom sports gear. Thank you for being a sponsor of This Week in SEC Football. This is season 2 premiere, episode 1. How much of the National Signing Day how have you been following National Signing Day so far?
Not as much, man. Not as much as I'd like to. I haven't really seen too much. I sent you a screen grabber. I sent you just something a moment ago about who all we signed, and I haven't had a chance to go through it. To be honest with you, I really haven't had a chance. But I mean, to your point, I mean, I've seen a couple of guys that, and just what people were saying is that it was a good thing we picked them up. You know what I mean? Especially, that halt of the running back we got going.
Yeah, Robinson. But here's what I got. I had to do some research because I've been seeing I was trying to wrap my head around how it is, because they keep saying X team has the number 1 recruiting class, and this year they're saying it's Texas A&M, and small surprise, Alabama's 2, Georgia's number 3. But it explains how they do the whole recruiting ranking. If you have a 5-star prospect, the rivals rating is 6.1. If you have a 4-star prospect, it's anywhere between 5.8 to 6, and then 3 stars is 5.5 to 5.7. 2 stars is 5.2 to 5.4. Basically, the breakdown is if they're 6.1, they're a franchise player, like the 2% in the country, top 30 to 40 players. Potentially could be an All-American player in college and first-round draft potential. The 3-star prospects are basically the top 300. They're deemed to be, they're basically saying these guys will go anywhere between first and third round. The next tier down, 2-star, those guys are potentially all conference candidates, and they could be mid to low end pro potential. with some good and be good impact players in college. And then the 2 stars, what's that, 3-star? I'm sorry, that was a 3-star. And then the 2 stars, those guys, they could be good mid-major, good players at the mid-majors, but they're going to have limited pro potential, and maybe have 1 or 2 good years of, like Elijah Holyfield. I hate to talk bad about Elijah Holyfield because I thought the boy was going to be a beast, but yeah, he was. Yeah, that's what we got with that. Who we got here? Oh, my man John Pulowski's in the building. What's up, man?
Hey, there he is. I gave him the link.
buddy of ours from the karaoke days when we all used to hang out in Ashburn together. So basically, that's how that works. And then for each player that you get that falls into one of those ranks, you get a certain number of points. Well, this year, they're saying that Texas A&M has the number 1 class of all time, the top rated class ever, with 328.59 points, with the top signing being defensive tackle Walter Nolan, who was ranked number 2 in the country overall, the number 2 player in the country overall. Yeah. Good Lord. Jimbo Fisher's locked up with he's got a contract till 2031. That's a lot of confidence.
Very much so. Good Lord. Wow.
Oh, they gave him a 10-year contract. Saban's is extended through 2029. Kirby's contract runs for another 2 years, but I'm pretty sure he's going to get a heck of an extension. So they were just talking about coaches that are able to effectively recruit.
Shoot, Kirby's been making his way over there and landing on football fields in a helicopter. if you don't,
did you see that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Kirby's doing the doggone thing. I saw people are posting in the groups and stuff. The Kirby showed up at my school to talk to a player today, to get a signing from a player today. Here's some key announcements that came today on National Signing Day. We got the number 8 player overall, Harold Perkins, linebacker, committed to LSU. Devin Campbell, who's the number 9 player overall, committed to Texas. Texas A&M signed the number 10 player overall, Shamar Stewart from Florida. This kid had. That's how bad a dude this kid is. Shamar Stewart is 6'7". 6'6", 272. He had 33 offers overall. 12 were from the SEC. He had 7 from the ACC. He also had offers from Jackson State, Coastal Carolina, Ohio State, Michigan, Oregon, Penn State, Utah, UCF, and that's just the ones I rattled off. I didn't bother writing them all down. But the kid, and then this other kid that we signed today, Kristen Miller, is a 4-star D lineman. He's number 102 overall in the country. Number 9th ranked player in the state of Georgia. He wound up signing with UGA. 6'4", 294. Good Lord. They went and got another big baby. They'd have gone and got another big baby. 294. Good God. But he's 6'4".
What if he can bust out a 4.5? What if he can run a 4.5? We'll see.
Probably. But
if
I
not,
mean,
close.
6'4". That's about the same height as Big Dog, our boy Chief Foster. So 294 probably. God, that is scary. That is scary big.
That is definitely scary. I'm definitely turning around and hauling.
That's scary. That's like they say. Powerful big, monstrous big. Let's see some other key players. We got a 4-star edge rusher, Grayson Halton, committed to Oklahoma, and those are today's key signings that are going to the SEC. You got any about this?
Hold on, you froze. What did you say again? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
So what kind of how do you feel about this guy, Kristen Miller? He's a Georgia boy. First of all, he's a Georgia boy. Went to Cedar Grove High School in Ellenwood. So I mean, I have my thoughts. I just wanted to get yours, just based on what we know.
Well, I mean, I would actually just piggyback on what you're saying. I want to see what you think about it first. What do you think about Chris Miller?
Well, the one thing that I like about him is size. That's been a big thing. That was a big thing. It was one of our keys to victory this past year. I mean, to put that jumbo package in there to just plug up holes, and then your linebackers can just run rampant.
Right.
So I think that's a key cog in the machine for the success of the defense. I think the defense is going to reload. I think the defense.
Well, yeah, I was going to say,
I like this pick, huh?
I said, who do we lose besides Big Baby, and did we lose
Jacoby's gone also?
Well, yeah.
The other side of the line, he's coming back.
He's coming back.
He's coming back. Yeah.
88. Can't remember his name. Shoot. But yeah, that would be a huge pickup for him. You know what I'm saying? Just to kind of keep that line beefed up, because we're going to definitely need that.
Yeah, and this kid also had 30 offers.
Goodness
I mean,
gracious.
you know how good. I mean, think about how good a player you have to be,
man,
for 30 different schools to decide they're going to offer you. And most of them, here's the thing, most of them offered him without even visiting him.
And you know what? It makes me. I kind of want to question when they started recruiting him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, did they recruit him in Little League sports? I mean, like, was he in the 11 or 12? You know what I'm saying?
Well, these kids have highlight reels of their own now.
Oh,
that's nothing new. I got you. And this kid, he got offers from FAMU. He got offers from Ohio State. He got offers from Oregon. He got an offer from Miami. For those of you that are unfamiliar, FAMU is a HBCU down in Tallahassee, Florida. They are one of the preeminent HBCU football programs, like from a predominantly black school. They are perennially in the top 5, top 10 schools in that category every year, and they got a banging marching band, the Marching 100. But do yourself a favor, look up the Marching 100 from FAMU live performance. You won't be disappointed. Drumline, think Drumline. They got it covered. There you go. I mean, this kid turned down offers from everywhere to stay home. And you know what I think the kicker was? I think the kicker was the national championship run.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
To tell you the complete and honest truth.
Yeah.
So, not a whole lot of action coming our way on signing day so far to the SEC, but that's what we got. That's what we have there. I'm just looking at the videos playing here in the background of him choosing Georgia for his
I did see that. Yeah, I saw the same thing. Yep. I'm sorry. Yep. I did see that. And all those hats.
So, yeah. So we oh man. I'm having a hard time with no college football, and the realization that in a couple of weeks there's not going to be any more pro ball either.
Yeah,
and then we just had to walk around like crackheads, like Chris Tucker in New Jack City. I'll
tell you what, if you wanted to watch Georgia basketball, I mean, it's not really too much to watch of Georgia basketball. I mean, but you could. The girls, the guys they're struggling pretty much. The girls are doing all right, but the guys are kind of struggling. But we did beat Alabama, though. We beat Alabama. That was a big one.
Well, when you're your school's basketball team is bad when there's a meme out that says Kirby Smart won more football games in the month of January than the basketball program has. And there's an active campaign. There's an active campaign to get that coach fired, not only from the fan base, but from the alumni and the boosters.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I'm not even a basketball guy, and I know that's what's going on right now. That just makes me go, wow, how bad is this dude who doesn't follow college basketball until the tournament knows already 2 months ahead of the tournament, a month ahead of the tournament, that we ain't going to the tournament. I mean, unless we buying tickets.
Exactly. They got to buy tickets. I mean, I don't think we've been once or twice. I mean, it's been a long time ago, but I mean, we never made it past the first round, obviously. But We never been. Who knows though? I mean, we might be on the come up. You never know. I mean, our dogs look good. Georgia, the curse might be gone. Like I said, you never know. We shall see.
Yeah. Let's see how many commits. We're looking at SEC commits here before we move on from the next. So Texas A&M wound up with 29 commits. Bama got 25. Georgia got 29. LSU got 15. Let's see here. And this is going in order from top to bottom of the rankings. Wow, Vanderbilt got 28 commits, but they must not have gotten a whole lot of 4 and 5 stars. Yeah. Something that's got me here. Ole Miss to be looking to make a push next year. They didn't get a whole lot of big commits. They got 18. For them to finish as high as they finished this past year, you think they'd have finished higher in the recruiting rankings in Missouri.
Right. Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, Missouri had less commits, but they had a higher ranking.
Higher point, yeah.
Missouri got 1 5-star and 6 4-stars. Ole Miss got 0 5-stars and 5 4-stars.
Wow.
Kentucky got a goodly amount, though. Kentucky got 10 4-stars. That's not bad. Not bad at all. And, of course, Texas A&M loaded up. They got 7 5-stars, 19 4-stars, and 3 3-stars with an average average 24/7 sports score of 94.78 per player. So
I'm sure helping them, it was them beating Alabama. I mean, that probably.
Yeah. I can't think of a better recruiting tool.
Yeah.
I really can't.
Than a national championship. That's the only thing would be better than that.
Yeah, we got, so we're going to keep it. I'll throw some comments up here on the stream here in just a second, but we're going to switch over to, we already talked about that. I think we're down to the 2-minute warning, man. That we are. We're down to the 2-minute warning. So, brother, we always talk about the 2-minute warning is a new segment that we started, and it's kind of just a time for us to share a little something with you, whether it be a thought or a philosophy or something like that. And over this season across the Let's Talk Football family of shows has been concern for your neighbor, showing a little humanity, showing some kindness. You never know what some people are going through. Love the people that you're with. Yesterday, I did a thing on my thing yesterday on the round table was find your passion. So I'm going to let you go first, sir. I'm going to let you have the floor first, and then I'll come in and give my 2-minute warning and close it out.
No, I mean, we always end the show. I mean, I hate to be like a broken record, but I mean, just piggyback on what you said before, I know it's tough, but I guess the past 2 years we've been living through this pandemic stuff, and just don't lose sight of the bigger picture. I mean, Anthony, you just said, make the most time with the people that you have with you, because you never know when that time's going to be up, and and I'm glad you said find your passion. So I mean, that may be a hard thing for people to do that are hold up because of the pandemic and that kind of stuff. But then again, it may push you to find a different passion you didn't know you had. Maybe something will arise and come up, and you'll be like, oh, I didn't know. I didn't notice I like this as much as I do, and just try new things. But I mean, the biggest thing for me is just treat each other better. I mean, like in the world today, we got all this kind of division and all this other stuff and the misinformation and all this other kind of stuff. It's just, and I always say, it's really simple. If you're cool with the person, next to you, he'll be cool to you, most of the time. But you're cool with me, I'm cool with you. That's as easy as it can be. And, that's basically it. Just you take care of people that are with you. You don't know how much time you got.
Yeah, man. Great thoughts, great sentiment. We don't see enough of that at all.
One thing I want to say is like you said, that you never know what a person's going through. Like people that know my story, I've gone through a lot. My son, he's going through a lot. But I always tell myself, no matter how hard or how bad I think I have it, somebody else has got it much worse than I do. Yeah, I mean, you may think you have it really, really, really bad, but I mean, there's a person that may have lost a kid, may have had dire, more dire straits than you. So I mean, be mindful of that as well. Sorry, I just had that.
Yeah, no, you good, brother. You good. This is the time when you have the floor to, whatever is on your mind to speak and share with the people. Um, we talk a lot. We everybody that the cycle has been going around on every show. At the end of the show, to talking about care. Really take time to take take care of yourself. I, on a personal level, have struggled with that, whether it's going to bed at a decent hour because I'm up late following since we've gotten drawn into the podcast world. I'm up late. I'll watch Sean and Janae on Monday, and then the round table. I'm on the round table on Tuesday, and me and you on Wednesday, and then Nate comes on Tuesday night and Thursday night at 10:30, and then there's a ladies show on Thursday, and then there's our good friends at the North Sports Dynasty, Andrew and Alex. Shout out to you guys. When they come on, I try and pop on and shoot them a few lines, and I might not sleep. I don't haven't been sleeping too great lately, and haven't been exercising much. But I've kind of recommitted myself to doing better and not doing stuff like not eating junk food late at night.
That's a big thing I got a problem with. I can definitely relate there.
Dude, you know how badly I want to jump on DoorDash right now and order Taco Bell, even though it's snowing right now. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is snowing in Oklahoma City for the third consecutive winter, and looks like it's gonna be a significant amount of accumulation. So, well, not Virginia significant, Oklahoma significant. Let me make sure I make that distinction. There's a significant amount of accumulation. I mean, when we first moved here 4 years ago, it was I think 3 inches, and they were like, "That's the most snow we've accumulated at any one time in a very long time."
No, man.
And then last winter we had almost a foot worth of snow over the entire winter. It's like, whoa, what's going on here? So, I don't know. Y'all can have y'all weather back. Michigan, New York, Virginia, Massachusetts, New England, and all them all the Dakotas and all of that, all y'all up near the top. Y'all can have y'all weather back because we don't want it here. I say we like I'm a native Oklahoman, but we don't want it here. We don't like it. Folks don't know how to drive.
Oh my God.
There was a video.
Oh my.
There was a video. There was a video. Okay. 2-lane road on both, 4-lane road. Okay. Straight lane, turning lane. Cross the way, straight lane, turning lane. Do you know that people were backed up and slid off to the side of the road? You could still see the pavement. It wasn't the road. It wasn't like the road was covered and the snow was packed down. You could still see the pavement.
Goodness gracious. That's like
I get it though. Listen,
when it snowed in Atlanta, like maybe a third of an inch and everybody was in the ditch.
Right. Okay, to all of my folks all of my Oklahoma folks that like to check us out from every now and again, I am not hating on you. I understand that y'all are not used to getting any uber significant amount of winter precipitation. And on top of that, there's not a lot of salt and sand trucks around here, so you don't have Department of Transportation with the trucks out 2-3 days beforehand treating the roads. I get it. But it's not as difficult as you think it is. Once you've done it a few times, it becomes second nature. So, try driving a 2.5 truck through Korea in the dead of winter in a foot of snow. Yeah. So make sure I digress, but make sure you're taking care of yourself. Just do some things and this is not we're not talking the mental here. We're talking the physical. I'm not saying you got to go to the gym and turn into one and be one of those TikTok videos where they were like, ask him out. So it'll as a joke, it'll be funny. And then they do the switch over to where you're all cut. Just make sure you do the little subtle things that you can do to change to because once you take care of the physical,
the mental will take care of it. Yep.
The mental will start to take care of itself as well. Now that much I know for a fact. I'm so much clearer headed when I'm exercising on a regular basis. Not necessarily the mental from say stress, but you do handle stress better. But now we're not talking like stress or issues that you're having on the emotional level. Just your mental clarity, boom, all day long. And that segment, ladies and gentlemen, the 2-minute warning, sponsored by Envision Social Media, here to help you empower, create, sustain. Got a problem getting your social media off the ground? Hit the folks up at ESM Envision Social Media. They will get you squared away. Want to talk to them? All you got to do is hit envisionsocialmedia.com with the www and the dot in front of it, and they will be more than happy to help you out in any way possible. Man, so that does it, bro. There's the B man. The B man is becoming podcast famous, man. That does it for this week's edition of This Week in SEC Football. Unless you got anything else for the good of the crowd, brother, we go ahead and end the show like we do every week. You guys be good to yourselves, each other, and as we say every week, go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
Oh man, that's definitely going on the blooper reel.
This kid needs to go to bed, man. He's wired up.
Be sure to like and subscribe for content and more
On your new home for podcasts and independent music.
on the Zagniv One Radio Network.